Chapter 3 The Scuba Diver. After posing for our picture with the shark, Fred and I rode our bikes slowly in the street besides Dad. We climbed up the big hill in the center of town. The sidewalks were clogged. Everyone was excited about the huge dead shark hanging at the wharf, but all I wanted was a cool shower and something to drink. To my right, we passed the bookstore and art galleries. Gaps between the buildings revealed alleyways that led right to the ocean. The flashes of blue on our walk were subliminal reminders of the sea that circled the shops and houses in town. Dad, what if you saw the great white in the water when you were diving? I asked. What would go through your head? A great white? Panic? What was it doing off Rockport? I asked him. Looking for food, I guess. Isn't it too cold for them? No. Great whites swim as far north as the Gulf of Maine, he said. Will there be more? I asked. I knew the answer. I'd heard it from my mom and from Fred. Dad shook the loose change in his pockets the way he did when his brain was elsewhere. I'm sorry, what? Will there be more sharks? I repeated, slightly annoyed. Sure. Where there are seals, there are whites. He must have sensed the storm brewing in my stomach, because he added, but they're still rare up here. I slapped every parking meter with my palm as we biked past Front Beach. When I was a kid, if you brought a seal's nose to the police station, the clerk paid you 50 cents. 50 cents a seal, Dad said. I gasped, why? Because they're attracted sharks, and people thought they made a loud mess of the harbor. That's terrible, I said. Yes, he said. Did you ever kill a seal? I asked, knowing the answer was no. What do you think? He said. I told Sookie he should call a biologist, Fred said. I don't think he's going to do it. Dad was quiet for a moment, and he gave the change in his pockets another shake. Sookie's a stubborn guy. He only hears what he wants to hear, Dad said. I bet somebody's already on the way. Fred looked sad or angry. I couldn't decide which. Tom, could you talk to Sookie? Fred asked. Me? Dad said. I don't think that would have any effect. When was the last time you saw him? I asked. A while ago, he said in a crabby tone that suggested we were done with questions. Are you okay? I asked. I'm fine, he said. Just hot. We passed the little houses beyond the beach and turned onto King Street, then onto Smith. We coasted past our neighbors' houses, dumped our bikes in my driveway, left Dad behind. We went into my house, took turns in the bathroom, and I poured a couple of glasses of water. Fred didn't appear to be in any hurry to go home, so we went back outside and sat on the front stoop. Sox play Detroit tonight, Fred said. I nodded. Maybe we can watch after dinner? Sure, I said. I want to enter the shark into the field guide, he said. Do you think it will still be there tomorrow? I bet it will be, I said, though I had no idea. I wanted to reassure Fred, but I also didn't want to go back to the wharf today. Does my dad seem off to you? I asked. Fred shrugged. A little. He doesn't like crowds. I shook my head. I don't think that's it. I was about to suggest we head down to the wharf in the morning when I noticed my dad in my peripheral vision, naked in the side yard. Oh God, I whispered. Dad pulled his scuba suit off the clothesline and worked his feet through the ankle holes, pulling the black rubber skin up his legs like he was yanking on pantyhose. His backside to Mr. Patterson's house. It was horrifying. There was Mr. Patterson on the porch, motionless in his rocking chair, police radio chirping beside him. Dad, I said with my face in my hands. What? He said, with his suit now covering his lower half, like he was dipped to the waist in tar. I'm going to head down to Back Beach for a bit before dinner. You're going in the water? I asked. Yeah. He was oblivious. Fred translated for me. She means because of Sookie's shark. Lucy, the shark was caught 20 miles off Rockport, and do you know what the chances are of being attacked? Yes. 1 in like millions. That's right. He'll be okay, Fred said, but I wouldn't do it. Not at dusk. My dad rolled his eyes and gathered up his gear to drive a couple of blocks to the beach, while the wheels of his old Volvo wagon spit gravel down Smith Street. I wondered what would happen if Dad saw a great white while diving off Cape Ann. Because of the plankton in the cold green waters, he might only be able to see 20 feet in front of him on an average day. If an 18-foot great white came into view, it would already be on him. If, for some chance, the shark swam out of sight, there would be no way of knowing how close it remained. It would be difficult for my dad to spot the position of his buoy in the murky water. The great whites attacked their prey from beneath. I had to shake off the thought. I turned to Fred. My gut was churning. Do you think that's weird? I haven't seen your dad naked before, anywhere. Yeah, but he doesn't live here anymore. You think I should apologize to Mr. Patterson? Only if you're naked. How hard would it be for him to put his suit on in the house, or wear a bathing suit underneath? Not hard. I picked up my rubber sole. Fred searched his pocket for his inhaler and took a puff. You okay? I asked, swiping my hand across his back. Oh crap, he said, still sucking in. There's my mom. He put the inhaler back into his pocket. I'll call you later, he said. Maggie waved at me from her front steps, and then she walked over. Maggie Kelly was tiny, but she walked with the thunder of a rhino. Even though she was a single mom with 3 kids, she still managed to keep an eye on me, too. Your face is red, Freddie. Have you been using your inhaler? Yes, Mom, he said. I'll see you later. Bye, I said, smiling up at Fred. Maggie escorted Fred into their house across the narrow street. After he left, I looked at my sneakers for a moment before calling out, Hi, Mr. Patterson. Hello, Lucy. The old man waved like the Pope. Your father has a hairy keister. Yes, he does. I don't like looking at it. No, sir. That's the end of chapter 3.